Welcome learners. In the last session, we actually created the entire priority grid list, but we did not assign a selection to it. In this session, I'm going to teach to you how you can set up a priority to the task that would be there into your app. We'll be prioritizing on 1, 2, 3, 4 basis, wherein if you click on grid number 1, that shall be highlighted. This kind of serves as a good user experience. That's because you are going to create an app in which you're trying to say that this can be the priority number 1 that you have to do in today's day. All these things can be good UI experience and every company tries to achieve it. How to do it in a better way, what goes behind creating an entire grid, and in fact, how we can improvise on the entire task description, wherein you enter the task description. We'll set up a custom counter so that you cannot exceed or you cannot insert a huge task description. Hence, the limitations will be set. The entire user experience will be revamped, and all these things will be done in this particular session. So keep learning. In this session, what we intend to do is improving the blueprint of our entire UI design. So let's see the field where we are entering the task. Let's imagine this to be the container. What did you notice is initially the container was one liner, and I'm increasing the height of the container so that a user can put even a bigger description for a task onto the app. Next, what I'll try and do is display this line, and let me try making it straight as far as possible. Yeah. Now I'll try to move it over here, which stands as a barrier to display the counter of characters. What we'll try to do is try to insert up to 300 character task description into my container, that is my text field. So let's say if you put hello, this changes to 5/300. In this way, you're not allowing absolutely infinite text to go inside the app. Next, let me move this slightly up. Yeah. Let's say if you're trying to compose a longer message on WhatsApp, then you'll notice the field where you enter the text to have a scroll. Let's say you are composing a poem and you intend to send it to your friend. So that poem will be a decent long poem and it will be having a lot of characters. So once you start pressing inside the text field, you can scroll on WhatsApp. That's exact same behavior I'm going to show to you on the text field in our Flutter app. Now, the good part about this is I've already done the code and I'm going to explain to you how the entire field will work. Let me show you the aesthetic appearance of our add new task screen. Over here, if I just put hello, did you notice 5/300 and also this bar? Let's say over here, I just put any gibberish text. You'll notice that the scrolling behavior came into the picture and I can scroll on this text field. Well, let me now show you this display text field widget. What I have done is made an input controller. What is a controller? The thing or the characters that you put inside, in fact, the text field will be controlled with the help of text editing controller. Hint is a small description. If I try to erase everything, it will show the hint text, which serves to give the user a small hint what he should be adding inside the field. max length is 300, which I kept it as a default value. So if you notice in the constructor, I'm keeping the max length to be 300. You can try playing along with this number if you intend to reduce or increase this. Followed by field height. Do you notice the box is slightly more than the regular text field? That's basically because of the field height. Right now, I have configured the field height as 110. What do you mean by 110? The field height on which you can type. Surrounding the field height, there is something called as box constraints. Well, if you notice, if I keep on typing, you'll notice that over here there is a bit amount of padding which exists, and then you can type inside the box. Well, that's exactly what these constraints are doing. It gives a spacing and also neatly formats the text so that you can write as well as see the counter all at the same time. The text field obviously has a build counter which keeps a check that you shouldn't be exceeding the number of characters. For example, if I just keep on putting the characters and try to reach up to the maximum length, that is 300. Well, that's going to take some time, but let me keep on doing it. So you'll notice that now even I'm clicking upon the suggestions, it's not filling up the text field. That's basically my build counter kind of ensures that it fulfills till the 300 characters length, and beyond that it's not possible to enter inside the field. This is keeping in mind the precaution that I want to have, that a bigger text description doesn't get inserted into my NoSQL database. And the last is a validator. Well, that's well known to you because we cannot allow a blank description to go inside our database. This was my entire text field, following which this is the grid that we created in the last session. Now, when we are trying to display the priority grid, what I'll do is keep something called as a selected card and I'll put it as -1. Next, I'll make this as a stateful widget. Why? Let's say I want to select this card number 1. I'll change the background color to orange, and then this will denote to the user that he's setting this task to the topmost priority. Well, that will be simple, as I can do a gesture detector and understand the tap event, wherein I'll see the selected card is equals to the index followed by a set state. Do you remember we had set this purple color? This purple color, if it matches with the selected card, then I'll change it to orange, otherwise it will be purple color. Now I'll put an equals to condition here. Let's try running the app from the very beginning and checking how does this thing work. Let me click on one particular card. Did you notice it changed orange? Now I'll click on this number 4. The orange removed from 1 and switched to number 4. Similarly, I can try playing along and checking it with the entire grid. What you notice is it neatly switches to that color. That's because we have kept the selected card initially as -1. As you know, Index always begins with 0. Hence, if I try to hot restart, you'll notice all the colors to be of a uniform, that's purple. Now, what will happen if I want to set up any task as 1, put over here preparing Flutter content and set this thing to done. Then I can try to insert this task into my table. Now, what will happen is over here, this selected card shall ensure that whatever is the index selected, we push that particular card or that particular priority into my database. But for that, you need to stay tuned, repeat. But for that, we'll wait until the next session wherein I'm going to resolve the entire UI and in fact create a custom button which suits this kind of a design. Hopefully, the entire displaying of the grid widget was useful as it prioritizes your task. Now, in the next session, we'll be diving deep and finishing off with the designs for the display task screen and the add task screen. How to go about also creating a time picker, we are going to discuss in detail. But for that, you need to stay tuned and keep learning with Hoping Minds.